fourth, it is number 20 Georgia Tech continuing to trail Duke 26-20, and the Blue Devils have the ball. Another top 25 team looks to be going down as Michigan all over BYU 31-0, 3.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Georgia, no issues with Southern. They lead 48-6 with a shade under 6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. And also Michigan State, number 2 in America, up 30-10 on Central Michigan. As we continue to look towards a top 25 battle tonight, number 9 UCLA travels to number 16 Arizona. Neither team has tasted defeat this year. Bruins head coach Jim Mora says he loves the challenge of playing a top-notch program.
It's going to be a fun time. I mean, it's really one of those things that you love about football and competition is playing in environments like that. I mean, it's fun. It gets your juices flowing.
And at 3:30 Eastern, the Ohio State Buckeyes entertained Western Michigan, and earlier in the week, head coach Urban Meyer discussed why he's keeping Cardell Jones as his signal caller.
Someone has to be someone else. Until that happens, then you don't anoint people. You don't, let's give that guy a shot. When I hear that, so of course that person's never coached for a living or did something. Give him a shot. No, it's you have to earn things.
Quick check of third-round golf action at the Tour Championship. Henrik Stenson is 7 under. He is in first. Jordan Spieth is 1 stroke back, and Jason Day currently sits at 10th as he is even on the day and 7 shots back as well. Remember to continue to listen to NBC Sports Radio on your local station, online, and the mobile app. I'm Keith Irizarry.
This is KCAA.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
As the owner of my business, I wear a lot of hats. I'm accounting, sales, and so much more. But I don't know marketing.
Let Dex Media be your marketing department. Our team can create a digital plan for you with everything from search to social. Contact Dex Media, that's DEX Media, to get found, get chosen, and get talked about.
Whoa, that's a job for cleanup, which would be me.
Call 844-230-3436 or visit dexmedia.com today.
Kcaa.
We found the problem with your car.
And
Turns out the carburetor differential modulator is out.
what?
And while we were digging around in there, this thing fell off.
Stop. There's no automotive repair nightmares at Diego Martinez's 5-Star Automotive in San Bernardino. 5-Star Automotive, where you'll get a great experience, and home of the $15.99 oil change. That's right, just $15.99. They specialize in transmissions, brake repair, AC, and many other repairs, all with a lifetime warranty on parts and labor. Diego knows when your auto needs 5-star attention, it's never convenient. He offers a 12-month interest-free auto repair loan on major auto repairs with no money down. He'll even throw in free towing and a 10% discount for his neighbors in the 909 who work for the city and county of San Bernardino. Call 909-387-0770. That's 387-0770. Your neighbors at 909 West 2nd Street in San Bernardino.
Psst. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you know where you are? Well, you've done it now. You're listening to KCAA Loma Linda, your CNBC news station. So expect the unexpected.
Welcome to I'm Mad as Hell with Lloyd Brock and Greg Simpson. Now, if you want to share your anger, this is the station, KCAA, every Saturday at 12 noon. If you're mad as hell at the government, politicians, IRS, your bank, a car dealer, or the court system, let us know. You may want to be one of our in-studio guests, or just call in and vent that anger. 1-888-909-1050 or 909-888-5222 locally. We may not be able to resolve your individual problems, but we will give you a forum to share your anger with our listeners. Now, join us at KCAA 1050 AM and at kcaaradio.com or check us out at Ustream. Now, here's Lloyd and Greg.
Oh, boy! I'm mad as hell today.
What are you mad about, Lloyd?
Well, I know you're mad as hell about traffic.
Yes, I am. Mad as hell about construction, traffic.
Yeah, but I just saw
One
this.
lane.
Yeah.
10 freeways.
That's right.
I'm mad as hell about them all. But I'm here.
Yeah, well, today I'm mad as hell about this LA Times article. It's about a lawsuit these women are bringing against this Saudi prince that has had he's actually accused of attacking additional workers here at Beverly Hills. He's from the Saudi prince, so he's in the royalty and has a lot of money and parties a lot and things like that. So these girls that were working for him, he's actually forced them into sexual acts, and they're suing him now. He was arrested and posted $300,000 in bond, which most people can't do, but that's a drop in the bucket for a multimillionaire.
Sure.
And then he's out on bail right now. These women are suing him. And you remember the last guy that was speeding through Beverly Hills in his, what was it, a Ferrari or a Lamborghini?
Lamborghini or one of them,
yeah.
Yes.
and they were going to arrest him or question him, and he left on his own private jet. Well, this guy comes to find out he doesn't have diplomatic immunity, so they can prosecute him. But I'll bet you anything he'll jump on a plane and he's out of here.
That's what he'll do.
And that's the end of it. And that's what money can buy. And, these people should not have diplomatic immunity. If they do something wrong, they should be arrested like anybody else.
Sure.
And what are you mad as hell about today?
Well, the same thing. In the 70s, I used to bring these guys over here, and they'd put them into a university. I won't mention the name, but it was a airline university before 911. And they teach these guys how to fly. And they'd all be from the Middle East, and they'd all have like a count of 100,000 or more when they come over here.
Yeah.
And they didn't care whether they made it or not, And they would come over here, and I guess from a lady of the evening that I knew that I spoke to, she said that these guys were violent, and they were hated women, really. And this was in the 70s, so that makes that, that's just been going on forever.
It happens there all the time, and just, and I think that's evident in Afghanistan, in the recent article in the newspapers about them, Afghanistan officers molesting little boys.
Oh, yes.
And they said it's cultural. Leave them alone. Some of the commanders over there said, don't touch them. Forget about it. Turn your head. It didn't happen. Yeah. And yet 2 of the guys beat up some of these officers for molesting little kids.
Yeah.
And they were reprimanded for that, and I think they were transferred. And then 2 other guys were killed by little kids that blamed the Americans for allowing this to happen.
Wow.
And they said it's cultural. But now the general comes out and says, oh, no. He says, I want you to report these indiscretions because we don't want that to happen.
Huh?
But, I mean,
Is there any culture to it? Is there anybody did any studies to see if it really is?
I mean, the people don't like it that live there, the Afghan people.
I wouldn't think they would.
But it's allowed.
It's allowed, okay.
It's a power play.
Okay.
If you object to it, maybe you die.
Maybe you go ahead and die,
That
right?
one officer raped a little girl that was 14 years old, and it was brought to the administrator's attention. He got 2 days in jail and was forced to marry her.
Oh, wow.
Big punishment, right?
Yeah, big punishment.
He's probably got 5 or 6 other wives. But, I mean, this, and once we leave, you know darn well that's going to continue.
It's going to continue, sure.
But at any rate,
well, I'm mad as hell about an LA Times article. We spent a whopping $2.7 billion in over 17 years to guard our low-flying areas, our White Houses, and our low-flying areas with what's called a J-Lens blimp. And it's an actual blimp that they use to supposedly guard low-flying aircraft. Well, we have a case when the Florida postal worker landed on the White House yard, you know, the
gyroscope,
the gyroscope or gyrocopter, that's what it was.
Yeah,
and landed right there, and it didn't do anything. It just let it go.
It didn't detect it.
It didn't detect it at all.
It doesn't work, and we spent $2.7 billion
on it. Wow.
How many of those things are we going to have to deal with?
I don't know. It seems like if we uncovered all the rocks and stuff, we'd probably find them everywhere because I think government just doesn't seem to have the ability to
make things
work like a private sector individual working on a budget might have. It's one of my pets.
We just want to throw more money at them, more money,
and you think it's going to make it right.
Contractors are going to get richer and richer.
Something that doesn't work, if you throw $1 million at it, it doesn't work, and you throw $10 million at it, it doesn't work, and $1 billion, then you should do something else.
Yeah. And we absorb the loss.
Anyway,
in studio today, we've got a man, Cody Mack. Welcome to I'm Mad as Hell. What are you mad as hell about?
I'm here because I'm mad as hell about all the energy rates and the government trying to jack up prices and all of the ways that they're trying to dick into our pockets through utility bills and things like that. I'm a contractor doing solar, energy efficiency, windows, air conditioning. We're Euclid Energy Performance Contractors out of Upland, California.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, well, I mean, I read about this recently and I said, wait a minute. I don't have solar panels yet, but you did come out to my house and you looked at things and said, I got to move a couple of trees and I need a new roof probably and a few other things, which I don't mind doing. But then you pointed out, that if you don't do it soon, they're jacking up the prices. Well, they're going to charge more for installation. They're going to charge more for, and if you have excess energy that goes into the grid, they're going to charge you for that. And I mean, it's unbelievable, these prices that are going to go up. Even in most of them, it shows Southern California Edison that the credit for excess energy produced, the current cost right now is 0.04 per kilowatt hour. They propose that it goes up to 8 cents per kilowatt hour, and the monthly demand charge is currently 99 cents, only if there's less than 15 kilowatts used. But their proposal is that it goes up to $3 per kilowatt based on the size of the system. Now, they're evidently losing money, and they want to make up for it by charging the consumer, right?
Well, they're doing typical political stuff. They say on one end, yeah, we support all the energy efficiency, and then they turn around and raise all your rates. They want to put taxes on it. Like we discussed before, I believe in the beginning of January, they have a proposal bill of everyone that has solar, they're going to get a tax on it or some type of fee, a monthly fee, just for having that solar. But if you have it before January 1st, you're going to be grandfathered in. But it's ridiculous that they want to say that they're promoting solar. Let's save the earth, energy efficiency, this and that. Yeah. And then they're going to turn around and charge you extra money for doing it.
Well, that's right. And plus the cities are charging what you said, even if you put up one panel, it's $1,300.
Oh, yeah.
For a permit?
Permits have gone through the roof. I mean, I pulled permits the other day just for an attic insulation, and I've never paid more than $7,500 before. And just the other day, it's gone up in the past few months to, we're paying upwards of $300, $350 just to put attic insulation in. If you go and pull out solar, did you just want to put one solar panel up on your house to get the permits between the engineering fees, all the other fees that they want to charge you, you're looking at $1,300, $1,500, $1,600.
Wow.
And not only that, some of these cities, like we've done some jobs in San Bernardino, they're supposed to be in the city, but they're governed by the county.
Yeah.
They'll take 3 months just sitting around on, taking their sweet time on getting those permits back to you. It only takes us 2 days to do an install.
Yeah.
And then they just want to waste our time on doing that so they can get every penny they can. And then on top of that, you have to get what's called PTO from Edison, which is called permission to operate. And all it is them switching your electricity to where instead of going feeding to you, you're feeding back into the grid.
I mean, they got to get their money somewhere.
Yeah, well,
what if I wanted to install it myself? I still have to pay all those fees, right?
If you want to you could put it up yourself, buy the panels yourself, install it yourself. You still got to go to the city, and you still got to get the permits. It's still going to cost you that $1,300, and you're still going to have to get your PTO from Edison.
Yeah.
And all of that's going to take time and money, and it's just ridiculous. And then that's even if you just want to put one panel up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you want to put up a 15 kilowatt or one single panel that's 250 watts or 100 watts. They still make you go through and jump through all those hoops.
Well, there is one good thing happening here. This is a proposal to the California Utilities Commission. It hasn't passed yet, and they said they would grandfather the ones that are already installed. So I'm wondering if are they going to do it the first of the year or what?
I'm not exactly sure. It's also just a bill, so we'll see exactly what happens. I mean, things change all the time. I mean, even if you look right here, this is a California Solar Rights Act that was passed in 1979, and it basically talks about how the state and they're supposed to help. The law establishes the right of homeowners and business to access sunlight in order to generate solar and energy, limits the ability of local governments and homeowners association to prevent the installation of solar systems. And they're also supposed to minimize the cost of permitting for such systems. Well, you could get a solar for, the permit's $1,300. I could build a whole entire extra house, granny house in the back of your house, and the permits only cost me $300 or $400. But to put one solar panel up, they want to charge you $1,300 for a permit. It's ridiculous.
Any way around that?
If you find out, let me know.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody out there know how to get around that? Call in. Let him know.
I guess you just don't inform them.
Yeah.
And just put it up yourself until you get caught.
No, that's the problem. If you don't get your permits, then one of the things that we've ran into before, and I haven't seen it in a while since they've gone digital with your metering and the net metering systems, is if you're on a one-way system with Edison, they see all of that. If you turn say we put on your solar system, and you didn't get your PTO yet from Edison, if you turn your system on, because you have an on-off switch basically, and you turned it on before you got that PTO, the grid would just see electricity being moved through there. Well, you're only supposed to be on a one-way, so people were getting charged for not only what they were using, but what they were producing as well. And so they were having an outrage. They said, well, you're supposed to wait till you get to your PTO. And all they're doing is going into their systems, logging onto a computer, and it takes them 2 seconds to push a couple buttons and say, one way, two ways. That's it.
Yeah, but I saw this thing on the internet where you can buy these panels and you install them yourself, and they show this how-to kit. So, I mean, they're encouraging people to do their own, but they don't tell them about the extra costs there, do
they don't say anything about the permits or any of the jumps and hoops that you got to go through. There's a lot more involved. I've had customers say, well, I want to buy the panels and do this. How much is it going to cost to install? Well, it's a lot more involved. You got to have engineers put everything up. The city has to approve it. You have to get your permits properly. There's a lot more involved than what you think of just, let's just put a couple panels on my house.
But I know that they are very efficient. Otherwise, Edison and all the rest of these electrical companies wouldn't be so, they want to charge more for it because they're losing
Well, it's
money.
gotten to the point where so many people, I mean, I think it's gone faster than what they thought, because you look into, they wanted to do 20% by the year 2020, and I'm not sure exactly, but I think we've already surpassed that, and now they're saying they want to do 30% by the year 2025. But it goes back to that same idea of, well, you keep saying you want us to do this, but then you just keep raising the rates and wanting to charge more for things. Why would you discourage something on one end and then turn around and say that you want to do it on the, to our faces?
Yeah, that's true. But there's a different quality. As I mentioned last week, I was mad as hell. Everybody calling me 3 or 4 times a day. And just before you came yesterday, I'd already had 3 calls. you
your
know.
house?
Yeah. And you came in the evening, but I mean, I'd already talked to 3 people and says, we want to do your solar. We want to do this.
Our company's a little bit different. Euclid Energy in Upland, we don't do the phone calls. I'm not into the cold calling. I'm not into really bugging out there. See, there's outboard and inboard marketing, and I try and do all inboard marketing. I put our company out there. I try and do as much advertising as possible, but I don't want to sit there and bug you when you're eating your dinner with your family. No one likes that. It just makes people
really
mad.
ticked me off. I just keep getting it, and I said, don't call me anymore.
It doesn't matter. Even if you're on the no-call list, they still can go through, and they can find your number, and they'll call you anyways.
Well, I had the same company call me 2 days in a row. And I said, look,
they have thousands of people set up all over
do not
to
call. So and I'm on the do not call list, but it doesn't make any difference. They go ahead and call anyway.
Yep.
But there's different quality too out there, and you got to be careful not to get scammed, because you said, you used to work for another company that.
Yeah.
Well, we won't go into names.
No, I don't want to do that. But
no, but they were selling a product they were giving a 30-year warranty on, and you checked the panels and they were only good for how long?
Well, one of the things that I've seen other companies do is, and I've lost a few jobs to other companies that are doing this, and that's why I install the best product for as best as prices that I could possibly do.
Made in America.
Made in America. Best warranties from the manufacturer, because you never know what could happen. What if I did go out of business? But then you would still have the manufacturer warranty. I mean, I don't plan on ever going anywhere. I'm going to do this. I'm already teaching my kids how to do this stuff, even though they're young. But I've had other companies come in and say, well, we're going to put a 30-year warranty on this. And I said, well, what kind of panels and inverters are you putting on? They were offering good panels, but the inverter, I looked it up, it only had a 6 or 7 year warranty. Well, then I went to the manufacturer and looked up. They're guaranteed to break on a single. There's no single inverter out there with the warranty past 10 years, because there's too much electricity going through with all those panels. They're not as efficient, and they don't last as long, and so they're guaranteed to break. And so when you have something like that, it's going to have to be replaced. Well, single inverter, they're big. They cost quite a few $1,000s. Well, this guy had a bid that was a little bit cheaper than me, but he said, oh, well, the company that's installing, they're going to put a 30-year warranty on it. And I said, well, come on, guy. Calculate this out in your head real quick. They're going to spend... It's going to break every 7 years. Guaranteed. The manufacturer says that. They put a 30-year warranty on it. They're going to change out that $6,000 or $7,000 inverter. What is that, 3 or 4 times in that 30 years? Well, we have a solar tax credit going on from the government right now for 30%. So if you get solar panels, we come out to your house, you put solar panels on your house, you get 30% through your income taxes back from the government. Well, that stops after December 31st, 2016. So when you do your taxes for 2016, in 2017, that's the last time you can get it. A lot of these companies are putting huge warranties on these things.
Yeah.
And then in 2017, what do you think's going to happen? They're going to change their entity, change their name, get a new business license, business number, everything, and then all these people that had these wonderful warranties are SOL.
Is there any insurance policy you can purchase on your system?
On a warranty, not that I'm aware of. You can do homeowner's insurance on it, but that's only against if it breaks or damage. Say like we have a huge hurricane or something and it breaks, they'll warranty it for that, and you can add that onto your homeowner's insurance.
If it catches fire.
Yeah, catches fire, anything, catching on fire is very unlikely.
That may be a new area for insurance companies to get involved in.
Yeah, and it's
buying
not even,
a policy.
It doesn't even cost
guarantee.
that much. From what I've looked into, it's $10 a month or something. I mean, you figure you're putting anywhere from a $20 to a who knows, $100,000 system on your house. Why not spend a few extra bucks a month and get it warranted?
What about this Hero system? What is it? I keep hearing about that.
The Hero program is something. It's our local government's PACE program. PACE program started back in 2001, and it was the government's way of figuring out how they could make energy-efficient products affordable for people around in the area. Hero has been around, I don't remember exactly, 2010, 2009, and we've been with them since about 2011. And it started in Riverside County, and they've been slowly opening up to San Bernardino County in December 2013, and now it's going through LA County, and now it's just going out through the whole entire state. The HERO program, if you can't be late on your property taxes for the past 12 months. You can't be late on your mortgage statements for the past 12 months. You can't have bankruptcies or foreclosures. And if you have 10% equity, the county loans you 10% of the equity that's in your home for energy efficient upgrades: solar, windows, insulation, air conditioning. We do all of those things because a lot of those things, affect the efficiency of your home. And then it adds on to your property taxes. So it's a part of your house, meaning that there's a lot of tax benefits. You could write off almost all the interest, not including the tax credit that you're getting.
This way I
solar.
can finance the system?
Yeah, I've almost probably 90% of our jobs right now are HERO jobs. We do a lot of HERO program jobs. I really recommend the program. There are other programs. We have a PPA program, which is called a Power Purchase Agreement. Power Purchase Agreements are a little bit different. They're for people that say, I have one job going on right now in Upland. It's a family that lives at this house, and it's owned by a grandmother. Well, she's on Social Security, so she doesn't have a big income, so she can't get that 30% tax credit coming back. Well, PPA is kind of like a lease, but better. So what they're doing is you're buying the electricity from what the panels produce, and they're using your house to put the panels up, and you put an agreement in for 20 years of using that, and then they automatically take out almost to 30%, so you can get that deduction and save the money at the same time without having to worry about going through your income taxes.
That's a pretty good deal.
Real good deal.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. One of the ways that I like to differentiate our company from other companies is we offer a free home energy evaluation, because I've been testing houses for years. You want to make sure that you have good windows, good insulation, good air conditioning. A lot of times I'll come into a house and they say, well, we have a $300 or $400 bill. Their house isn't that big, not a lot of people live in there. And I said, well, we need solar. Well, let me go around and check everything. We'll do our evaluation. It's free, nothing for you to worry about. So I go around and check, and they'll have, out of their plenum box where their air conditioning goes up to their attic, one of their ducts going to half of the house is completely off. So they're air conditioning their attic.
Me one of those.
Yeah, I showed you that picture the other day.
Yeah.
And there's air conditioning their attic. Well, yeah, of course your energy bill's through the roof. You have old ductwork. Even if they, that same customer, they had a new air conditioning, but the person that installed the air conditioning a few years ago didn't check the ductwork out. Real nice customers. I really like. So I've gotten really lucky with all the customers I had. Everyone I've dealt with has been really pleasure to work with. I really like helping people out.
Well, that's good. We gotta remember those tips. That I was losing energy when I had my new air conditioning and heating put in, and they caught that, and they resealed it. But they said, look, this thing has got a space in there, and you're losing all this air conditioning. The cooling's going right through the roof. And he said, that's
there's more people that are air conditioning their attic than they are their house than you would imagine. And they have no idea why. Why do we have, I've been to some people's house, we have an $800 electric bill, and all of their ducts are off. It's like, well, yeah, your air conditioning's running 24/7. Are you spending all day in your attic? I don't think so.
But they had to go down to 63 degrees before we cooled the bottom of the house, right?
Yeah, so, they would never know. And so we come in, and I like to say, let us check everything out so we could put new ductwork, new air conditioning, new windows, make your house, beautiful with new windows, things like that. And then let's worry about your solar, because that way you can get the same amount of money output and save the same amount at the same time.
Well, you also do air conditioning and heating and
we do full air conditioning systems, ductwork, insulation, windows. I try and focus on the main things are your envelope of your house is being sealed properly. So like your windows and your doors being sealed, dual pane at least, so they have that argon gas in there, which actually is an insulation. Your attic insulation, wall insulation, the ductwork around your house, and having a good efficient air conditioning and furnace. And then we like to go into your solar, or if you have a pool, a lot of people have old pool pumps, and you could have an old pool pump and be spending $150 a month on your pool pump running 7-8 hours a day during the summer. Well, you throw a new one on, and the payment on it would be $15, and it costs you $5. So you'd save a huge amount of money just by doing some of those little things. One other thing I'd want to mention real quick is a lot of people stack things on their air conditioner. Well, if you don't have that airflow going through there, it's going to make your air conditioner run bad. People think, oh, it's just some spot for me to throw an extra plant on top or things like that. Well, you're costing yourself money by restricting that airflow right there. You want to make it clean and good airflow through everything.
I got to remember that because I got a closet with one of my units in there, and I store stuff in there sometimes. So it's not a good idea.
Well, that's the outside unit you really want to worry about. But you also want to have good intake, which means changing your filters every so often.
Oh, I do that.
The outside unit, people don't even know this. They wonder, can I get this thing wet? Well, yeah, it's outside. I recommend blowing it off or spraying it down with water around the outside coils to clean it off because it's sucking in air, which also will suck in dirt. You want to make it nice and clean.
Great information. We'll be right back in a few minutes, and we'll talk about this more. And talk to Greg. You've been kind of silent over there.
Silent like a lamb.
Do you like craft beer from microbreweries? Well, I'd like to tell you about Oak Hills Brewing Company in Hesperia. All of their beers are brewed on site from the very best ingredients. Yummy, yummy. Typically, they have between 12 to 14 beers on tap at any given time. And backed by popular demand, Mango Orange Wheat Beer. A delightfully flavored beer with orange and mango juice. It's a little light citrusy beer with a tropical twist. You can also check into some heavier beers, Grapefruit IPA, and the Belgium Triple Redemption. You can also bring the kids. Oak Hills Brewing Company offers 3 crafted sodas, yummy root beer, zesty ginger ale, and cream soda. The kids will love them. You can also visit the tasting room and take the behind-the-scenes brewery tour. Oak Hills Brewing Company in Hesperia. They're open 3 days a week, Thursday from 3 to 9, and Friday and Saturday from 1 till 10. Go up right after you hear the show. For more information, go to their website. It's oakhillsbrewingco.com. oakhillsbrewingco.com. You'll find a map with directions and a list of all their beers. To find the best craft beer in Southern California, just remember Oak Hills Brewing Company in Hesperia. Take the 15 up to the 395, pass 2 signals, and turn right on Poplar. Oak Hills Brewing Company, Hesperia. Is it that time? Your car needs a smog check? Well, check out Quick Smog Check in Montclair. They guarantee your vehicle will pass, or you pay not a thing. That's right. If it doesn't pass the test, what the heck? You don't have to pay. So what's the reason why you're not calling them? The number 909-626-5436. You can also drive right down there now. 5438 Holt Boulevard in Montclair. They're open 9 to 5, 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Do it now. No wait smog checks at Quick Smog Check in Montclair. 909-626-5436.
Kcaa. Welcome back to Mad as Hell.
Yeah, we're back, and I have a little announcement to make here. A friend of mine says, would you read this on the air? I said, sure. And it's actually, there will be a horror book festival at Courtyard Marriott, Main Street, 15 Freeway in Hesperia on 10/3/2015. Remember, 10/3/2015. It's between 2 and 5. And actress Julie Adams and screenwriter and author E. Van Lowe will be there. Van Lowe will be there. A screening of horror shorts, local writers, displays. Remember the Horror Book Fest. And that's at the Courtyard Marriott in Hesperia. Now we're back with the Solar Man. And what were you saying here? You were pointing out something.
This is just showing you how the time of use rates have gone on to some of these bills already.
Yeah.
This is a commercial account that we're going to do a bid for, and that was their bill for 1 month. $1,250.
$1,250.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so time of use rates are something that's kind of coming into effect, and where I think battery systems are going to start coming into play. So you can, along with solar and doing all these other energy efficient things, you can put a battery system onto your house. And what you'll do is, during the time of use rates, what they do is they jump you into the 4 tiers. So you'd be paying 33 cents a kilowatt versus 13 cents a kilowatt. Well, if you charge it during the 13 cents a kilowatt time and then use it during the 33 cents, you could save yourself that extra 20 cents every day, and then just be recycling the battery system every day. So I think battery systems are going to turn into something good.
Are there several bills on legislature right now? In the legislature, several bills that we need to know about, that we need to vote about, anything like that?
The only one that I've really heard about that is the one that Lloyd was talking about, was the bill that they're trying to push through to put the tax or fee on solar. I mean, you think about the Koch brothers, I've heard back east already have in some states, if you have solar, they automatically, the utility companies, have a charge every single month for you just having solar. And I mean, it just turns into a big political thing at that point. But I mean, I'm trying to stay away from, I have a feeling that California is smarter than that, and we won't ever have to really worry about that, but, we'll have to wait and see what happens.
I have a caller calling in now. And, hello there. What are you mad as hell about?
Well, the solar for one thing. I have full solar. I've been an environmentalist my whole life. I water my yard from my washing machine. I've taken every caution I could, because the kids are on you about, oh, Dad, you got to be environmentally. So I went and I put a solar system up, okay?
Yeah.
Well, every year, San Diego Gas and Electric owes me over $300. They're using my money, and they're using my electricity to make money from other people. And then they charge me for using the public lines, which we, the taxpayers, paid for. And also, what really gets me is they have stockholders. And I'm like, okay, all the money I've invested in stocks, if we had a loss, we lost. That was it. Yeah. We didn't come back and say, oh, wait a minute, I got to get the taxpayers pay me that because I lost money. They're trying to charge us now for either having solar, penalizing us for having solar.
Yeah.
They are not user-friendly. I'm more than that in hell.
Well, in San Diego, at San Diego, I see here on the list, the monthly demand charge this is just a proposal for $21 a month plus a whopping $9 per kilowatt hour. Now that is extreme.
That's ridiculous. Well, we're already paying a charge. I don't mind paying for if they want me to pay for that meter that they installed, their smart meter. But that smart meter's for them to make money off of me, not me to make money off of them. I still pay a gas bill. They charge me for that, but I have a surplus that they owe me for electricity. And you tell me that's fair?
Nope.
And they're not paying you?
No, they're not paying me. They want to charge me more money because I got solar.
What do you have to say about that, Cody?
Yeah, no, I think it's ridiculous. It was just like I was saying, those Koch brothers, man, they got all those politicians in their pocket back east, and I heard some of their charges were up to $50 to $100 a month just to have solar on your house, whether it's a lease or a purchase or anything. You're almost defeating the purpose of doing it. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, there's petitions out there people should sign. And I see that circulating around.
First of all, we need to get rid of the members in the PUC right now. You've already saw what they did when they went to Poland, had their secret meetings about San Clemente, and wanted to charge the taxpayers to pay for that boondoggle.
I didn't know about that. What was that all about?
Yeah, it's big news. They got busted. And, I mean, they're crooks. They're in the pockets. Our state senators. How do you think they make so much money? It's not from their salaries.
No. Have you contacted an attorney or anything, private counsel, regarding this?
No, but I'm thinking about it.
I think you should.
When I do, I want to get a bunch of people together. I want to do a class action lawsuit.
Yeah, well, that might work, but in the meantime, you should correct your problem because you seem to have a good one.
What would you advise the people out there to do that want solar?
I would raise hell with my state senator, number one. Any of your city councilmen, your state senator, you're going to have to be politically active, which I've done.
Well, yeah, but I've done that over here, too. I contacted my congressmen and state senators about voting no on this Iranian nuclear deal, and they vote yes. So they're going to do what they're going to do, regardless of what your wishes are, because evidently...
vote them out of office.
Well, that's right.
That's exactly
That's what
right.
we can do.
They could give me a call, and I'll put solar on everybody's house, and then we could just form an alliance against them.
The solar army.
An example, everybody hates Donald Trump. I never really cared much for the guy myself. But, he's the only American I've heard step up and say, this is corruption, this is wrong.
Yeah.
He don't have to worry about money because he's got enough to loan God money.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, here's one of the richest men in the world. He's the only one making sense.
Well, that's why people are angry as hell. I'm mad as hell. That's why this show is on the air, because people are mad as hell, mostly at politicians and a lot of this legislation that is supposed to pass.
Keep up the good work.
Well, thanks a lot. We appreciate.
Let other people. I'll spread the word. You trust me.
All right.
Good, thank you,
Bob in San Diego. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so they've been, since Edison's been around since 1952, they've been raising their rates every single year. And what was it, in 2010, they shut down the San Onofre nuclear power plant?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was 60% of our electricity in California. And so when that happened, we automatically had to have some type of backup system. So we were bringing all of our electricity in from the Colorado River off their water turbines.
Oh, yeah,
and so they were charging us extra just for that. Even now, they have proposals to all of the three major utility companies, PG&E, SDG&E, and SCE, are supposed to do an energy storage plant. And so they're supposed to, I forget exactly what it is. It's like a 3 megawatts of electricity or something like that. They're supposed to have these basically giant factories, battery backup systems, so they can power, it was something like 10 million homes for the next month or something like that, if we ever did have a shutdown. And who knows how much that's going to cost. I mean, gosh, just shutting down that plant properly, building a new plant, it just keeps going and going.
Well, there's that anti-nuclear faction, too, that doesn't want it anywhere, not in my backyard.
Yeah.
So that's a big problem. I want to remind the listeners to call in if you have any information or you're concerned about anything, you're mad as hell about something. You can call locally at 1-909-888-5222.
Or long distance, you can call 1-888-909-1050.
Yeah, we'd like to hear from you on any situation. It doesn't have to be about solar. It can be anything you're mad as hell about. And there's enough. Just don't. If you read the newspapers, watch the news, you know something that's got to make you angry.
Oh, everybody's got some type of hair up their butt.
That's it. That's true. What else do you think the listener should be aware of?
I personally think everyone should just try and be conscious about what they're doing. I mean, just to tell some stories, I went to a lady's house about a year ago, and I was talking to her about solar, and it was a small house. It was about 1,100 square feet, but they had about 4 or 5 people living there. And usually on average, most families of 4 or 5 usually use anywhere from about 13, 17 up to about 25, 30 kilowatts of electricity a day. And I went and calculated this lady's electricity. She was using 77 kilowatts of electricity every single day.
Wow.
And she was kind of like a little old lady, and I was talking to her, she was nice. She had a little porch in her front yard, and I was, what are you doing that's using so much electricity? And she said, oh, well, I have a son. And I was, what do you mean? And a little while later, I went inside. I kind of didn't believe her, and she says, well, I have a son, and he's got a computer, a TV, a radio, and a fan in every single one of the rooms in the house. I said, well, yeah, but he's not every single one of the rooms of the house? And he says, yes, but he goes from one room, turns them all on, goes to the next room, turns it all on, goes to the next room, turns it all on.
I got a
and
grandson that does that.
He'd make his way around the house, and I was kind of a little skeptical. And then I even go into their garage, and this kid had a 10-foot by 10-foot computer panel inside the garage. And I was like, lady, you don't need solar. You need to kill your son or kick him out.
Well, I thought for sure you were going to say he had a grow room in the garage.
Yeah, that's what I was going at. Yeah, same thing.
Well, I was a little skeptical at first. I was like, "What are you doing back there? Is there something funny going on?"
Lights or something. Yeah.
No, but no. Sure enough, this kid had a computer, radio. I mean, all kinds of stuff, and he had no regard. He really didn't care that he was putting his, I don't know if it was his mom or his grandma under, and she had. I felt bad for her. She had a couple $100,000 in medical bill debts, so she had to stop paying them. So she had no credit. She couldn't afford to do anything.
Yeah, but that's how they catch. I've got a friend in DEA, and he said a lot of times they catch them through the electric bill. But what if they're using solar now? And a lot of them probably are.
Well, see, then you got to be off-grid, no permits. But then you got the time of use rates, and with these smart meters, it's getting a little hard for them to do that. But that's funny we mentioned that. That's another good thing about the HERO program. It doesn't go off your FICO score or anything like that. Just as long as you got that equity and you're taking care of your bills, you could use the HERO program and put all kinds of stuff on it and basically remodel your house with energy-efficient products.
Very nice to know.
How does solar compare with the windmills out in Palm Springs? Because they do an efficient job of supplying electric for Palm Springs.
I'm not real big on the windmills. I mean, well, first of all, it's illegal to put them on your house. But then I thought, maybe if we started doing it, we could put them on houses. But then I did some research on it, and people started getting what's that called? I was mentioning it, epilepsy.
Yeah.
Where the sound inside. They did try it, and they had it on people's houses, and the sound going whoosh, 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 24 hours a day. People started having seizures and all kinds of problems. And you know what? I'm not into those kind of lawsuits, so or any at all. I try and do the best and take care of everyone. I don't want no problems.
What else can we do to save energy outside of, I mean, if somebody can't afford that, I guess double pane windows is the next
just be
best
real conscious
option.
about stuff. I mean, watch when you're putting your lights on. One of the main things, if you're going to use your air conditioning all the time, change your filter. Most people, I've seen filters that have an inch thick of dirt on it, and they wonder, how come our electricity bill's so? Well, you're starving your air conditioner.
I guess we're about time for another break. Here we go.
You like craft beer from microbreweries? Well, I'd like to tell you about Oak Hills Brewing Company in Hesperia. All of their beers are brewed on site from the very best ingredients. Yummy, yummy. Typically, they have between 12 to 14 beers on tap at any given time. And backed by popular demand, Mango Orange Wheat Beer. A delightfully flavored beer with orange and mango juice. It's a little light citrusy beer with a tropical twist. You can also check into some heavier beers, Grapefruit IPA and the Belgium Triple Redemption. You can also bring the kids. Oak Hills Brewing Company offers 3 crafted sodas, yummy root beer, zesty ginger ale, and cream soda. The kids will love them. You can also visit the tasting room and take the behind-the-scenes brewery tour. Oak Hills Brewing Company in Hesperia. They're open 3 days a week, Thursday from 3 to 9, and Friday and Saturday from 1 till 10. Go up right after you hear the show. For more information, go to their website. It's oakhillsbrewingco.com. oakhillsbrewingco.com. You'll find a map with directions and a list of all their beers. To find the best craft beer in Southern California, just remember Oak Hills Brewing Company in Hesperia. Take the 15 up to the 395, pass 2 signals, and turn right on Poplar. Oak Hills Brewing Company, Hesperia. Is it that time? Your car needs a smog check? Well, check out Quick Smog Check in Montclair. They guarantee your vehicle will pass, or you pay not a thing. That's right. If it doesn't pass the test, what the heck? You don't have to pay. So what's the reason why you're not calling them? The number 909-626-5436. You can also drive right down there now. 5438 Holt Boulevard in Montclair. They're open 9 to 5, 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Do it now. No wait smog checks at Quick Smog Check in Montclair. 909-626-5436.
KCAA Loma Linda.
Once again, here's Lloyd and Greg.
Oh, yeah, we're back with Cody Mack from Euclid Energy Performance Contractors.
How you doing?
In Upland.
Yep.
And if they want to contact you, it's what? What's the
909-285-4406. You can also check out our website at eepcontractors.com. It's basically just shortened. I thought it was a long name. Euclid Energy Performance Contractors down to eepcontractors.com. We do solar, windows, insulation, whole air conditioning. We also do a lot of custom remodeling. I'm getting a lot of bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels. We've been in the construction industry for a long time. Our main owner, my partner, he used to build a lot of the schools in the Southland. So I've been in construction industry for, my whole life. My dad was a real estate broker for about 40, 50 years. He built a lot of his own houses. My partner, who's my father-in-law, actually, he's, we're going back from generations into the construction industry.
Hey, Greg, we got another Donald Trump here.
Yeah, another Donald Trump.
He's coming
up. Yeah. Hey, where would people go to find out what's happening legislative-wise and, the corrupt part of this industry? How would they find out what's going on? What's happening?
I'm not really sure about that.
There sites that they might have?
There's a website you can go to here that I usually go to that talks about all the rebates and stuff. If you're interested in that, just Google DSIRE. It's Department of something renewable energy. It's DSIRE, and you can go on and it'll show you a picture of the United States. You can click on California in your area, and it'll show you every single rebate that's available, from solar to windows, air conditioning, when the dates are, when they stop, anything that you need, they're on there.
Well, I also see that there's some petitions you can sign, and I think if you want to do that, and in California, you can say California petitions, and then what is involved, and put down energy, something like that. And maybe if you object to these new higher fees, especially, you should contact.
Yeah, we should be doing something now. On the 1st of January, you say that the thing can no longer be grandfathered.
Well,
that's a big issue.
Yeah, you need to contact your state legislator and say, I don't approve of this.
I don't.
Hopefully that'll do some good, but a lot of times it doesn't. They go ahead and
do it
vote any way they want. But as I say, that's what we elect them for. If they don't follow through on what your wishes are, then you
re-elect.
You don't re-elect them. That's for sure.
Yeah, you
get them out of office.
Get them out. Yeah.
Well, maybe I could work my way in there and fix all this for everyone.
Oh, yeah? Well, they run for office. Who knows?
Maybe enough people get behind it.
State senator.
Hey, my whole goal about doing all this was to help people. Even when I took over as general manager and, one of the owners, I said, we're not playing, those stupid sales games. We're not going to mess around. If you don't like it, get out. And we had a few guys that were actually really good salesmen, but they wanted to play their little tricks, and they left the company and they went and worked somewhere else.
I don't get a free cell phone if I do this.
They want a free iPad. What does that have to do with solar? I'd rather give you a discount on what we're doing and make it more affordable.
If we don't do something, we'll be looking at a solar panel bill of $2.7 billion for each house. We got to do something, guys.
Well, I know. And as I say, another thing that I'm mad as hell about.
Makes me mad.
And, not only what we just discussed, but there's a new American way of life. And
okay.
And you got to get on board. For a guy and his girlfriend with 2 kids, all you have to do is the following thing. And they're proven steps. They're doing it here in San Bernardino County. Well, you don't marry her, first off.
Okay.
And you always use your mom's address to get your mail.
Right.
And number 3, the guy buys a house. Number 4, the guy rents it out to his girlfriend with 2 kids.
Oh, boy, that sounds...
Yeah, it is. Section 8 will pay $900 a month for a 3-bedroom home. Now, number 6, the girlfriend signs up for Obamacare, so guy doesn't have to pay for the family insurance. Now, the girlfriend, number 7, gets to go to college for free being a single mother.
Okay.
And number 8, the girlfriend gets $600 a month for food stamps, or now they got the little debit cards.
Okay.
And the girlfriend, number 9, gets a free cell phone. And number 10, the girlfriend gets free utilities.
Oh, boy.
Haven't heard that one.
Well, they don't have an income.
No
see?
income. Free
And
utilities.
yeah. And number 11, guy moves into the home.
Oh, boy.
But continues to use mom's address for his mail. Number 12, the girlfriend claims 1 kid and the guy claims the other kid on their tax forms. Now, both get to claim head of household at a $1,800 credit. Number 13, girlfriend gets $1,800 a month disability for being crazy or having a bad back or never has to work again.
Right.
This plan is perfectly legal and is being executed by millions of people nationwide.
Wow.
A married couple with a stay-at-home mom yields $0. An unmarried couple with stay-at-home mom nets $21,600 disability plus $10,800 free housing plus $6,000 free Obamacare plus $6,000 free food plus $4,800 free utilities and $6,000 Pell Grant money to spend plus $12,000 a year in college tuition free from Pell Grants and $8,800 tax benefits for being a single mother. $75,000 a year in benefits. Any idea why this country is $18 trillion plus in debt and half the population is sitting around letting the other half pay their way?
Is this taught in school or what?
Well, maybe this is a good reason to clean house in Washington in 2016.
Amen.
That makes you
makes me
mad as hell.
Yeah, it makes you
Right.
mad as hell.
How about you, Cody? You mad as hell?
I got 4 kids of myself, and I take care of them. I'm a married man.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you take
But
care
you
of
see-
yourself?
Yeah.
What a novel idea.
Yeah,
You live at home, too?
Yeah,
I got Dad? My goodness, you work? You got your own business? That sounds like the American way, my friend.
Yeah, being in debt up to my eyeballs.
Yes, that sounds like it, too.
Why not?
Hey, everyone else is doing it, right?
Well, they're paying for the other half that's doing
Yeah,
this.
yeah, there you go.
And it's getting worse.
And it's getting worse.
So we need to elect some people out there that will clean house.
Sure.
And I mean,
And they're
go
out there.
across the board.
They're out there.
Yeah.
Until they get elected.
Well, until they get elected, then they'll do whatever they want to do.
That's
As I
what
say,
the
I
problem
can't
is.
force these people to.
You write letters and ask them not to do something. They do it contrary because it's not the politically correct thing to do. You know.
Well, talk is cheap. We'll see what they actually do.
That's right.
Well, I want to, as I say, our time is about up, but I want to thank you, Cody, for coming in.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of minutes left. Is there anything you want to tell the people out there that they should do about, saving energy? I know.
Call me.
Solar. Well, yeah, but solar is a good idea, and it was, until these politicians start ruining it.
Yep.
And
you know what? Even if there are some people that I almost wouldn't even recommend solar for. Solar, 99% of the time can help everyone. But doing your windows and insulation and a lot of these other things, like cleaning off your coils and running your air conditioning at certain times. When you leave your home, don't turn your air conditioning completely off. Turn it down to about 75 degrees or 73 degrees. That way when you get back, it's not trying to raise all the way from down or from 100 degrees.
Well, I keep mine at 74, and I still paid $300 and some odd left utility bill.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks. Great having you.
I'm happy to be here, and like I said, anyone that wants to give me a call, we do free energy evaluations over in Upland, Euclid Energy Performance Contractors. Anything you need, 909-285-4406.
Till next week, this is Lloyd.
Greg Simpson.
Signing off.
Signing off.
So late down,
You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 a.m., the station that leaves no listener behind.
Your NBC Sports Radio update starts now.
Running backs are reigning supreme today. I am Keith Irizarry. Number 7, Georgia. They usually rely on Nick Chubb's ground and pound, but today he was also doing it with his hands.
Lambert with a nice pocket, dumps it off on a screen to Chubb. Chubb to the 10, to the 5, and a waltz into the end zone. That was like a stroll through the park. He had such terrific blocking on the left side. That screen set up beautifully.